Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In today's video I'll be showing you guys how to create a simple Django API that tests for card details. Yes, I believe you are using a debit card to make transactions online, to make a purchase for product online. The same simulations work from the back end, and most times if it's either on a web app, on a mobile app that you're making some transaction in, you make use of a debit card, and when you enter a debit card, it might be a debit card that's related to MasterCard, might be debit card that's related to Visa or to VAP. So those are the three major brands of debit card details I will be making use of in this tutorial, in this video. Yes, I'll be building everything from scratch from using Django REST frameworks and this in Django API, like REST API. So yeah, first of all, I want to make a disclaimer here before I move to the coding aspect of this video. I believe if you're watching this video, you have a little background knowledge of Python, you have knowledge background of how to create an OOPs, how to deal with OOPs in Python. You can create a Django project by yourselves, and if you have any issues with what all those disclaimer stuff I mentioned earlier, I believe you need to watch you need to learn more about how to write Django, how to play with Django, and how to play with in Python OOPs. And I will leave a video here by the side of my screen here to show you guys some tutorials I've made on how you can write Python code from scratch, how to deal with OOPs, and how to create a Django project also. So because mostly here in this video I'll be talking about some advanced tips, some advanced stuff. So I believe if you're a beginner watching my video, I want you to check those videos I'll put beside my screen here, and when you check them out, you can come back to this tutorial, to come back to this video, and to watch and to gain some vital things you would need to know about what you plan to derive from this video. So yeah, to go further into the video, to the coding aspect of this video, I just have some API functions that I'll be using to check for card details here already, and I also have I have an API function I'll be using to check for card details here already, using the default regress that comes default with Python already. I've created it already, so that's just that about that. And I'll be showing you, these are the card sample details I'll be using to test my API. So that's just within the Django test level. So yes, let me just show what I have so far already. I've created my virtual environment, and inside this virtual environment I have to install the two major packages we'll be using, the two major project to be two major two major models we'll be using. They are both Django and REST API, so like Django and Django REST API. So let me install it again. So let me just I've installed it already, but I want to show you guys how you can have it installed in your system. So this, in this tutorial, making use of the view set. The view set as my own mode of creating Django API, REST API. You can decide to use API. It all depends on you, which one you best fit at, which one you are very good at, and stuff like that. So, and I believe most times it's just based on your own functionality, based on what you are planning to achieve with your project. If you are planning to have more custom functionalities by yourselves, I believe API will be more cool for you. And if you are okay with using the default Django functionalities, I believe the view set is more better in terms of what using the Django inbuilt functionalities. But if you are planning to use to have your custom functionalities, everything under the hood for you, and like everything working out of the box for you, I believe you should use APIView to create your own Django API. So it's either you use APIView or use the view set to create your own API. It's all depends on the use case and the project you plan to work on, the project you desire to work on. So that's just about that. So I have installed my Django and Django REST frameworks. Now I have to create my own Django project. And I believe if you are versatile with using Django, you will already know how to create your project already. There's always a command for creating a project in Django, and this is command you type. So first of all, I don't want to go deep into technical details, because I believe if you're watching this video already, you're already good at Django. I want how to create Django project, how to create Django apps, and how to create URL at the app levels and stuff like that. So yes, what I'm planning to do now is create the URL at create a just sorry create a, what a project called card project, and I'll put a full stop about, because I want it to I don't want it to be inside some directory of this same file called what card project. So when I press my enter button, there will be a what a card project created for me in this what that will be shown to you guys here. So let me just press enter button and you see what I'm talking about. So I'm expecting to see what. Can you see, guys? I'm expecting. Can you see? This is what I'm. This is the virtual environment I've already created and certificated already. This is the Django project I created now, and inside Django project you can what you can create our own apps. So let us create our own Django apps now using Python. So I'll create my there's a separate command for creating Django apps. So this is this command for creating Django apps. So I can still implement the same functionalities using fast API, using fast API, or using what using this other Django web frameworks. Yes, I just thought about that, and if you want me to create a separate video on that, you can just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll create a special or separate video on that as well. So but this one is just for people that are into Django, that knows much about Django REST framework. So I'll have to press my enter button. So obviously what a Django app created for me. Can you see it's already created already? So at this point we now begin the coding aspect. So I need to add my my Django apps inside my installed app, because obviously any apps created on that any app created in any Django project will act like an app. So for example, if I have so many functionalities that I need to add to my project, like so many functionalities, like up to like 5 or 4 functionalities, each of these functionalities will have its own separate apps. But for the sake of this video, I'm making this tutorial to make it more compressed, and make it more simple, make it more short for you guys to learn how to create a simple API using just to showcase some features of testing for apps, testing for what card details or what a debit card. So that's just why I'm making this video. So REST APIs, REST frameworks, so to say REST framework. I believe this is the right. Let me move to the top. Let's move to the top. Yeah. So when I move to the top, so there has to be like another score there. So at this point, I have let me just run the server to see if everything is up and running at this point. So I need to, yes, I'm trying to like, I'm not using template here, because I just want it to be like simple Django REST APIs to just test for card data. So I need to show you guys, like, just to check if our Django app or Django API is working. So there's something, okay, I need to add the last 0 here. So just to show you guys if our project is up and running. And so we have 200. So this is just the default Django interface you see when you install your Django. So the installed works successfully. Congratulations. So now let's go into our Django app and create our own APIs. When you create an APIs, there will always be you have to come back here and check if your API is working, and if there's any issue from your hand, or if there's any issue you need to fix from the app level or from project level. So let's go fully into the coding aspect now. So now I have to switch to the other interface here, because I want to do some coding work now. So I need to just work on the create an API function. So I need to move to the app level now. So when I move to the app level, I need to create an API function that will reside inside an API file. So inside this API file, I will just copy what I need to copy, which is this API function that will do the checking for card details for me. So inside this API function, I have a class not a class, actually a method called get card types. And this get and card types is a function that always accept an argument or always accept an input from the APIs. So when users make a post, like make a post, make a post request to this endpoint, make a post request to this endpoint, they make a post request to this endpoint by getting details from getting inputs from card details from users. There will always be a check. There will always be a check here. If it's either the card details users entered is either a Visa, Mastercard, or a VAPS. Because the reason why I mentioned these three card brands is because those are the card details I have from Andy to me. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. And you see, I have Mastercard, I have Visa, I have VAPS. So these are the three card details brand I'll be testing my APIs with. So yes, I think we are done about the API function now. So now we need to create a serializer, because this serializer is the one that helps us with our it's the one that helps us converting our data of card details into JSON format. So for example, if I have a data inside my model or database, and I want those data or those data from the database to convert it to a JSON format that will be readable for my Django template, or for anywhere I want to consume the APIs. This is guy that as an intermediary that converts any object, any data into a JSON format, into a JSON readable format for me using Python. So that's just the essence of serializer. So from now I need to do some importation now. So the importation I'll do here is to import do some importations inside my model. Let me just first of all deal with the model aspect now. So let me go into the model and create card details. And this card detail will subclass from model. So I need to enter a card number now, because obviously users will have to enter their card number. This will be this will be what? So I'm just like I'm not concerned about. So let me just use this one. This one as well, and this one as well. So I'm not checking for any validation, and I'm not using any validation, because I just want to make I want it to be like a short tutorial where users just to showcase how to create an API to check an API that will always check, make a test. I always test or make a check for you when you just enter the card details. That's just the essence of this tutorial. So I'm not checking for any validation at the model level, or at our model level, or at the view .py level. Let me put it that way. So I believe you guys understand what I mean. And if you have question about what I have said in this video, so obviously every debit card will have their own expiry date and CCV details. So I want to make a disclaimer here also, because I believe any fintech company or any software product that want to save or store users' card details will have to pass through some regulations of any country you belongs to, because obviously it's against users. It's most times against users storing card details of users at your database, database against some country regulations, like fintech regulations and stuff like that. I believe you understand what I mean, or for where I'm coming from. I believe we have our own regulations and rules that deals with, and laws that deals with each of these fintech or each of these startups, tech companies storing card details at the back end of their database. So, but I believe this is just for testing sake. I'm not intending to store the real life data of users at the database. This is just fictitious and model I created for myself to test what I need to test. So I think I'm done at this point. So let me move to serializer now. Yes, I need to before I move to serializer, I need to make sure when I enter the admin level, I need to see access to what's it called, to the database I created at the model level, at the model.py level. So I need to register it at the admin.py level. So that's just that about that. So I think I'm done with the admin.py level, the model.py level. I'm done with this ones too. So now I need to move to serializer. So inside serializer, I will do some partition here, which will include which will help me to do the conversion of what of any card details coming from users, to convert it to JSON format for me. And if there's any chance for those cards to be stored at database level, when users want to consume, or when users want to fetch each of those, when users or any APIs or any front end that want to consume my APIs, they have to get those data in a clean formatted or JSON format. So that's just that about that. So first of all, I need to import. First of all, I need to import serializer, and I need to do some importation at this point now. So from Django, from recipe, so to say, from recipe framework, import serializer, and from model.py import card details. So now I need to create a simple class, card called card serializer. So my simple class, the simple class will call card serializer, and we have to subclass from model serializer, because this serializer will consume some data that come from database. So I'll be using model serializer, assuming this data doesn't have anything to do with database. I'll be using the simple serializer. But now this data has to do with something that is with consuming database. I have to use serializer.model serializer. So that's just that about that. So now I need to import I need to import the field I'll be using. Sorry. So I want to import the field I'll be using. So the class meta. So and the class meta. Sorry. So model equals to what? So inside this class called card serializer, I need to do some importations. I need to instantiate a meta class, and inside the meta class I'll have to instantiate a model that get access to database details. And inside this database details we will have some fields that come from the card. So you have card number, we have CVV, and we have expiry date. So that's just that about that. I think we're done with the aspect of conversion. Now the aspect of serializer that will do the conversion of JSON for us. So now we need to move to the view.py level. So at this view.py level, I'll do some major importation, like importing some default, I'll do some importations that this with model. First of all, I'll have to do some importation from the model, which is the model database, and also from the serializer. Also serializer, import card serializer. So this has to do with card serializer, not database at this point. So now I earlier said it in the beginning of the video, at the beginning of the video, that I'll be using the view set, part of using the view set functionality to create my own Django API. You can use API. It all depends on the use case and what you plan to achieve with the project. But for the sake of this video, I'll be using the view set because I don't have to do some custom validation or custom functionalities that I might want to have inside my Django API. So from Django from Django REST API import ViewSet. I'll be using ViewSet as I earlier said, and I'll be using response to like this one would convert. This one will convert any response coming from database. Any response coming from database when be fetched from the front end from any interface, convert it to a JSON readable format for me. So that's the essence of the response. And and I have to import the method coming from the helper class, from the helper function, so to say. So get card details, get that guard type, that's name I called it. So at this point I have to create a new class that will subclass my view set. Do you understand what I have been saying so far? And at this point I want to make a declaration. So always, please, if you have any question about what I'll mention or talk about at this point in this video, I want you to leave your question about what I've mentioned or what I've talk about in the comment section below, and answer your question. So I'm making this video for you guys because I know it's something my viewers, my subscribers will love. So that's why I'm making this video for you guys, and just showcase how to create an APIs for you guys, and to showcase how it was under the hood, how you can use this your skill set of creating a Django API to test for card details, test for users' debit card details from your hand. If you are planning to implement these features in your own, maybe e-commerce product, or in your own fintech product, any kind of product that is users entering their card details from your hand. So that's just how about that. And now we need to create a class that's our class the view set. And then when we do that, we have to use. So now class card view set. So this one also class. So this card view set subclass view set. And when subclass view set, it has to do with a model, because we are dealing with models in this what we are dealing with models. So we are dealing with model in this project. So we're dealing with model in this project, and I want to instantiate my model here. So it will be object dot all, because I want to have access to all that is in the database. So now I need to instantiate my serializer coming from the serializer.py. So card serializer. So that's just that about that. Now I need to enhance the create functionalities that comes from what the view said. So now to be like self, like keyword argument. This is how to enhance my keyword argument, and argument and keyword argument. Yes, that's just how it is called. So this is the keyword argument, because at this point when users when we want to create an instance of card details at database, the card details coming from users will surely be in the dictionary format, like coming from that dictionary like format. Let me put it that way. So when they coming from dictionary like format, these two guys will have to be put inside the argument in our create functionality. So that's just that about that. So I now need to instantiate the serializer. Instantiate the serializer. Oh, my typo. Instantiate the serializer. So when I instantiate the serializer, I need to call it get serializer. And when I get the serializer, there has to be an argument that goes to it, which is the data equals request dot data. So this request of data is this request of data is the one that takes care of the data that come from the end user. So it has to go through some validations and check-ins from the serializer level. When it goes through some validation and when it goes some data, some validation and from the validators and check from the serializer level, you can now have access to it on the postman when we make a call to this endpoint, so to say. So that's just that about that. Now we have to check if it's valid. Check if it's valid. Like most times, what we need to check is to check if the data coming from users when we make a post request, when we make a post endpoint when we make a post request to this endpoint, we need to do some check-ins. So at the serial level, there have to be some validations. There will have to be some validations that will have to go through. Users data has to go through when they make a post request to this endpoint. There has to be some validation that has to take place at the serializer level. So that's just what this first two line is doing. So when the end is when the word validation is true, and this validation is false, to throw a file for or throw some server error at that point. So now we need to check. So now we need to perform a create. When we perform a create, the reason why we want to perform a create is because when the validation is true, it has to be stored inside the database. When it's stored inside the database, users can have access to it when they post request is made to this same endpoint. So assuming there will not be a chance or a medium where users will have access to the data that are being stored at these create functionalities, we might need to automate this line. So that's just that about the third line. So now we need to check that this is what we have to call our helper function. Why am I having this? Why am I having this highlighted? Why is this part is been highlighted? Let me check. There's an issue somewhere. So I omit. Okay, I omit. So the reason why we are passing this is a typo. The reason why we are passing requests at the create method is because most times the data is coming from users. We'll pass through this post and argument. When they pass through this post argument, even pass through this post argument, to do the checking here, there will be some custom validations there will be some default validations that will go through here based on the data being passed from users. So when those validations is checked and it passed through the validation level, through the validation level successfully, it will perform a create. And like this create, will have to create an instance of that card details being sent from users level, and being sent from users aspect of users level. And when the creation is done, it is being stored in the database. So that's just that about that. So now I need to call this guy here. So when I call this guy here, I need to pass. Okay, so now when I call this guy here, there have to be some things that will come in here. So what are the things that will come here? If you might have guessed it will be obviously be the card details of the users. So it will be the card details of the users. So any card details coming from users will be instantiated with this variable here. So if I want to have access to card details at this create level, I have to pass through the serializer.validated data, because obviously it has passed through the validated level. That passed through the validation level, and now I can have access to card numbers. So the reason why I'm passing this card number is because the reason I'm passing this card number is because when users want to enter their card details from the postman or from the mobile app or any endpoint that consume this endpoint, because it will be instantiated to this variable called card number. So that's why I'm having the card number, and this the same feed, same name I pass on the model level. So there won't be any issue with typographical stuff or any issue from our back end here at this level. So now since I have asset card type, I can now return a response now. So when I return a response, I can now return a response now. So it will be like return a response. So this response. So this is the response that converts my card details for me. So it converts my card details from the format it is being saved with at the level to a JSON readable format for any endpoint, or for a Postman. That will be to be in a format that will be more readable for Postman, or for any endpoint that will consume my API, my Django API. I need to take test what you've been working on. So I need to make migration because I've created the database already. So let me make migration. So let me make migration now. Make migrations. When I make migrations, wow, okay, I need to go back. So now let me make migrations now. Make migrations. Make migrations. Wow, something's wrong. Okay, so I need to pass. This is a default field that needs to be passed inside 40. Let me use 40 as an example. But this is just for a fictitious check, not for you can use this for a real life check of card details. So I need to pass the same thing from here into this other two fields here inside our card details. So now let me migrations again. At this point I don't expect any error. So wow, cool. So now let's migrate our changes now in the database. Migrate it. We now have access. Wow, cool. So everything is working. 200. Now let's what? Let me create a super admin, so I can have access to what is going on in the admin level. So admin at gmail.com. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5. So something is wrong. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So now I have my admin user created. So now let me run the server and let's test our API. So when I run the server now, so now I want to make a GET request to this endpoint. Wow, this is cool. Let me check what's going on here also. So now I need to do some checking. Wow, so I have to I have not I omitted this aspect. So at this point I need to tile the app we created to our model. The app we created to our project. This is the app I created to our model. So sorry, so we still have to check. We still have to create. Yeah, this was I was expecting this error because we've not created anything. In our URL level. So now inside our URL level, I need to do some partitions now. So these partitions will give me access to the endpoint I need to consume from our Postman level. So that explains that aspect well. So if you have any question about what I've said, you can leave your question in the comment section below. So I have to use this one here also as well. So from what view, because this view will be consuming the endpoint coming from the view.py. So card details. Yeah, let me check it. Okay, this card view set. So, and that's just that about. Yeah, I need to import the function that will help us to create our endpoint. I add the what you are add the what this is the endpoint. This is the method that will help us to create. This is the endpoint that will help us to create our endpoint. This is the method that help us create our endpoint at URL level, which is default router. So when I associate this default router, I need to associate this default router. When I associate this default router, I will be able to create my I need to when I see this default router, I will give me access to create my endpoint at the URL level. So when I associate that, I need to register it. So it will be card details. How to register it to be card details, and what the card details. This is the endpoint that will consume, and this is where the what we call be going through. So when anybody consumes this endpoint, it will always go to this class, which is coming from the app, which is coming from the view.py. So that does that about that. So now I need to I need to get the URL patterns, which is the list. So now I need to say I'm mostly typing fast, so include you're using the add you're using add same thing you're using at the project level, make use of it here. So now we are calling this the same instances that we created here already by using the default router. And when we create it, we call the register method to save our endpoint for us, to register our endpoint for us. When we call it to register endpoint for us, whenever users make a call to this endpoint, we always go to this card view set. When you go to this card view set, this is where we instantiate the URL registered inside the URL pattern. So that's just that about that. So now when I save it now, I should display some changes now. So let me run the server again. Tab.py run server. So now at this point, I have created something is wrong somewhere. So I made a mistake actually from see where the mistake is. So now everything should be up and running now. Model serializer. Something is wrong. This has to do with a typo. That's not true. So wow, so this is where the error is. I think we are good now. Base noun does not require baseline could not access determine the view from. So let me check. This has to do with. Let me check the name of my model again. The card details. So Chinese card details .object or yes, and this is, let me check where this error is coming from. So let me run this up. Let me run the server again. Let me run the server again. When I run the server again, I will know where the error is coming from. So I need to run the server again. So Django manage.py run server. So let me check. Okay, view query set is not on this. Okay, so this is where the error is coming from. Do you register line 8? Why am I having this error? I'm having this error. Let me check. Okay, I just discovered where this is coming from. So this have to, when I want to register an endpoint at this level, I have to instantiate it with an arrow. So let me check if this error has gone or not. So whenever you want to register an endpoint using the default router, it has to pass through. It has to pass through the register level, which will be instantiated with this arrow alphabet, arrow letter. So now let me run server again. I don't expect to see any error now. Wow, something is wrong. So router.register. So when I want to register this endpoint, it will be okay. I instantiate Jim. This is the one coming from the APIView level, VIEWSET, and so I need to check. Okay, VIEWSET, it's the same passing here too. VIEWSET. So something is definitely wrong somewhere. So let me check. Let me check why I'm having this error. I want to check because I was shocked why the error comes up. So I need to check. So it seems I discovered where this error coming from. So I have to check again. So wow, this is where the error is coming from. It's rather this with the issue, the way I type very fast. So the error is gone now. So now let's test our endpoint. To this endpoint, can you see? So when I say the post to this endpoint at this endpoint at the project level, it gives me access to the endpoint we have access to at the app level. So when I click on this endpoint, I can now make a guest request to it. So when I make a guest request to it, we will be expecting an empty because there is no what data being saved at database already. So when I have and some data being saved at database already, I will be shown the results will be the data of card details I have already will be shown to me here. So now I need to change this to a post endpoint. When I change the post endpoint, I need to pass the card details here. So this is where I pass the card details. So card number. This has to be a string. So CVV2 and what, and expiry dates. Sometimes I type very fast, which needs to the typographical error I always have. So now at this point, CVV. So let me check. Seems I'm having some CVV here. So okay, I need to pass comma here. So now let me check by using any card details I have. So let me start with the MasterCard. With this MasterCard, I should be able to check this endpoint. Should check what I am having. If it's a MasterCard coming from users, or if it's a Visa card coming from users. So now, and what? So, okay, this has to go to the next data. So now when I make a post go to this endpoint, I will expect some results. Wow. So let me check. I need to use the error we're having at this point. So I need to might be the typographical error I omitted or something here. Got the laser omitted model. Okay, seems this is where the error is coming from. So now at this point, I believe the error now gone. So let me check. So wow, I think we are cool now. So let me make a post. Let me show you. Yeah. So now let's try to make a post. And you see, wow, you having a what? Obviously, it's working. You have the MasterCard being passed. So let me change it to something like Visa. Let me test with the Visa now. When I test with the Visa, I should be able to expect a response that it's Visa card, that a Visa card is passed to the what? The Visa card is passed to the what? To this endpoint. So this endpoint can be consumed if I decide to deploy or make changes to this endpoint. I will make it more cool, like adding some validations, adding some necessary details I need to have before I can make it like to be a production ready project. So but this one's just for tutorial sake, and can you see I got a response called what Visa from which is what, wow, 200, everything is okay. So at this point, I believe you learn a lot about how you can create an Django API that would make a test to check for users card details, debit card details, and you've learned a lot on how to create a view set at the user level, at the URL level, and at the view.py level. And now these are the things you have to deal with when you want to create an endpoint, and a Django endpoint that won't require a custom validation of functionalities by you as a software developer or software engineer. And only you might want to stick to the default Django and the validation or default settings and validations that comes with what view set. So that's just that about that. So I want you to like this video and share this video with your friends, your coding friends, someone that is learning Django REST API. So that's just that about this tutorial. So thanks so much for watching this tutorial, and make sure to like this video and subscribe for more coding tutorials like this. Obviously we have to create an API that will always check out the candidates for us seamlessly. So this it gets to a point we encounter some errors, and we have to resolve the errors by ourselves. So that's just the beauty of what's coding. That's the beauty of programming too. So those are the things you will face along the line when you are learning your Django API, your Django framework, or any other frameworks that's outside Python too. So thanks so much for watching my tutorial, watching this video, and bye for now.